Hey guys, it's Keon the Movie King, and it's been a while since I've done a top 5, so I decided today, why not? Let's do it. So today is going to be a top 5 of movies I wish Scream or Shout Factory would release. Now, before I go on with this, as I've said on my other top 5s, these are my opinions. If you don't like them, the movies I pick, it doesn't matter. These are my opinions. It doesn't matter whatsoever what I like. Who cares? I have to mention that because I had some people comment before like, that movie sucks, or that movie, like, good for you, bro. Good for you. I do know that a lot of these movies, it has to deal with like rights issues, and the reason why, I already know that's the reason why Scream Factory or Scream Factory has not released these movies, or Arrow Video or whatever have not released some of these videos. And if they have, if some other company has released them, I have no idea that they have, so you can let me know down below if they have, and that'll be great. But anyways, let's just jump right in. Once this is finished, I would love to hear you guys' top 5 movies that you wish would release and have a special edition, a collector's edition, was full of features and all that good stuff. Put it down below because I'm interested to hear you guys' your guys' top 5. Let's get this started. Number 5. Number 5 would have to be straight away. I gotta put this on my list. Is Deadly Friend, a Wes Craven movie that has not been released on Blu-ray. I don't know why, but it has not at all. And if anybody out there knows why it has not been released on Blu-ray yet, please let me know down below. But this is a movie that Scream Factory should release. It's unfortunate that Wes Craven is not around anymore, so we can't get an interview or his thoughts on the movie, but it would still be great to have a special edition of Deadly Friend. I do feel this movie is an underrated Wes Craven movie, and even if you don't feel it's underrated, you gotta think about, we have already many Wes Craven movies that have been released. We've had Arrow Video do a great Blu-ray of The Hills Have Eyes. We had Scream Factory release Serpent and the Rainbow, People Under the Stairs, Shocker. So why not Deadly Friend? And I would love to see that. I have that in my collection on Blu-ray. I do enjoy the movie. I don't feel that it deserves the hate that it does get, and I would love to hear the stories behind what it was originally supposed to be, and then it got switched to, more of a horror movie than what it was supposed to be. Anyways, me getting into detail about Deadly Friend would be another video. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4, I gotta say straight away, it has to be Cobra. Now, before you say, wait a minute, Cobra's already out on Blu-ray, or type all that out. No, I'm talking about the work print, the original cut of Cobra. Now, will we ever get the chance to see this movie? Probably not. Who knows? But I can tell you this, if Scream Factory released it, they sure as hell would try their best to put as much footage as they can that was cut off of this movie. Sorry about that. Cut off of this movie, because this movie was cut to shit. And I know they kept cutting it because they didn't want to receive I don't know if it was NC-17 or X rating, because it was pretty violent as hell, and that's unfortunate because I would have loved to see it. And Scream Factory would be the release that I would look forward to and get really excited if they released Cobra, a special edition of Cobra with Sylvester Stallone. Number 3. Now, number 3 is going to seem out of wax. It's going to be like, whoa, I mean, you mentioned a horror movie, then an action movie, pretty dark movies, both of them in a way. I mean, Cobra is pretty dark if you really think about the concept of the movie. But let's go on to number 3. It's a comedy, but Shout Factory has released comedies. Mr. Mom was released, was Michael Keaton by Shout Factory. So they do release comedies, and one comedy I would love to see on Blu-ray, and it's not that much, it's not that old of a movie, but I don't understand why it's not on Blu-ray, and that is Grandma's Boy. I love Grandma's Boy, and I don't understand why it's not on Blu-ray. If it is on Blu-ray, I have no idea where it is, and if it is on Blu-ray, it must be out of print because you can't find it nowhere. I've tried online, I cannot find this movie, and I would love to hear about where they came up with the ideas on this, I know the movie was originally supposed to have Adam Sandler as the lead of the movie, but instead he got one of his buddies to take the lead, which I feel is a better decision. But I'm curious to know why he decided to not do this movie, because I think Grandma's Boy is a great movie. It's funny as hell, makes me laugh every time I watch it, and it's a few movie I can really stand Nick Swartzen in it. Number 2. Okay, so number 2, this one was kind of hard for me because I really had to, you know, think about what I really wanted to put as number 2, and I had to go with this one because I have not found this on Blu-ray, and the only way you can find this on Blu-ray is on some special pack that I believe is from overseas. I know it's region free, but I'd love to have a collector's edition of this movie because I feel it's underrated, and that is Laurie and Heart with Jean-Claude Van Damme. If you're a fan of Kickboxer, if you're a fan of Bloodsport, this is one that's really overlooked. People don't really mention this movie. I mean, when they mentioned Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, they mentioned many of his movies, but this movie is not really mentioned, and I love this movie. I gotta be honest that I love Kickboxer. I'm more of a Kickboxer fan than Bloodsport, but I am such a fan of Lionheart. I love Lionheart, and I feel that Shout Factory would give it a great treatment if it was released. Number 1. Now my last and final one, I gotta put on here because I feel this movie is really underrated, and yes, it has been released on Blu-ray, and it's been released by 2 different companies, and I gotta give props to one of the companies, but Twilight Time released this movie and gave it nothing. And I feel that if Scream Factory released this movie, they would give us the treatment we would want when it comes to this movie. It was full of features, and that is the 1988 The Blob. The Blob is underrated as hell, and it keeps getting released, and it has no features whatsoever. I don't understand. And this would have been a perfect time to release it because they announced a remake of this movie that I believe is going to star Samuel Jackson and Halle Berry, which I don't want to see because they're probably going to make the Blob CGI, and if you've seen the original Blob, the practical effects are amazing for 1988, and they still hold up today. This movie is excellent, and I would loved to see it get the special treatment by Scream Factory. Will we see it from Scream Factory? Probably not. If they do, I'd be amazed, and I'll be the first one to pre-order that baby. Anyways, this is my top 5. That's all I gotta say for today. Anyways, I would love to hear you guys' opinion on your top 5. Please put it down below. I want to hear what you guys feel should be released by Shout Factory, Scream Factory, Arrow Video, Synapse. I don't care. Name your top 5 movies you would love to see get a special collector's edition treatment. I'm curious to hear. I mean, I'd love to hear it. If you're a fan of horror movies, fan of all that, click that Chucky icon. When it pops up, you click that Chucky icon. Anyways, there's going to be a new Blu-ray update at the end of the month, so stay tuned for that. Every month there's a new Blu-ray update, and I do got a lot of movies to show you. Anyways, thank you for watching. Take care.